Welcome back to AniPeeps, your go-to destination for all things manga and anime related. I'm one of your co-hosts, Boom. Along with me today is just one of the boys. We do have the one in legend himself, Boggs. Welcome back, brother.
I'm happy to be back as always, and again as always, I'm excited to do what we'll be doing today, a list. So the list ones are always fun, always kind of fun to kind of look into how other anime manga fans feel about certain topics, and I guess not criticize, but discuss it with you. So looking forward to it.
Just like you mentioned, we do have a tier list today. I'm going to pop it up on screen so we can just talk about it real quick. And today's tier list is anime tropes and traits. So we'll be going through that. Bog, before we start, do you want me to change any of these tier lists to better suit it? Maybe change D to don't make it again or something like that?
Yeah, let's change D to like, just absolute like whatever like F or trash or
You read my
yeah.
mind.
Yeah, let's
Trash.
do trash.
But yeah, other than that, we do have S tier, which is elite, A tier, which is very good, B tier is good, C I would consider mid, and of course trash is trash. But
Yeah,
other
and
than that,
trash would be something like, we don't want to see it kind of thing.
yeah.
We'll see if any come up.
Yep, and not that many, so this should be a quick one, but maybe go into depth here. Without further ado, first one, Boggs, is tragic anime backstory.
Uh this one's kind of, at least for me, I feel like it's a hit or miss because sometimes it's just like really good, done well, really kind of explains why the character is the way they are. But then sometimes, you just get like a mildly tragic anime backstory that they kind of just insert it to, have the viewers kind of sympathize with the characters. And when it's that, I'm not a big fan. um it could be S, it could be C. So I mean, I'm in between.
Dude, I was about to say, like, with this one, the ones that hit are S tier for sure. The way they make you feel about a character, you know. For example, if you know Kuma's backstory, once that gets animated, crazy, right?
Yeah,
But at other times, like you mentioned, it doesn't add anything to the stories. But
yeah,
that I would personally put it as B just because it has the upside of a S, but it also has the upside of maybe even a C or trash, you know.
yeah. I'm cool with B for the same reasons.
And of course, we're gonna adjust accordingly too, right? Because it's always
Hmm.
hard with all tier lists, the first couple too,
Yeah.
just because we don't.
uh
It's really
it's
hard.
hard to create the baseline until we do a few.
I don't even know what ara ara.
Yeah, it's one they do like the ara ara, like the
Oh,
I'm not a big fan.
isn't that just
Maybe
one?
some of like the
Or is there multiple people
like
that do that?
yeah, like
Is it like I'm better than you
maybe
almost? Like that kind of thing? Or.
it's usually with like the female anime characters doing like ara ara, like uh I don't even know how to explain, but I feel like some of like the cringe content I've seen revolving this
like,
one really ruined it for me. And
like the
I never was a big fan to begin with.
like the Instagram, right? You see those people,
Yeah,
ada ada, like
exactly.
that, right?
Yeah, like that.
That's
So
trash.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying C or trash. Like it could be good, like when a Dami Mommy kind of anime character does it, sometimes it does hit, but I think generally speaking, it's definitely kind of overhyped. So I mean, I'm saying C or trash.
I would say trash just because the memes, man. The ada ada stuff is
Yeah, yeah, I
disgusting.
think the memes, like, yeah, it's just so cringe.
And then
Yeah, maybe Instagram ruined it for me.
we did have a word of the day there, Dami Mommy, as Bog
Yes,
says.
sir. Yes,
Um,
sir.
signature attack. I'm guessing mostly. No, there's some in sports animes, I guess. Even yeah, sports animes, shonen animes.
Yeah, more so shonen base. How do you feel about this?
Um, when we're talking about like like nostalgia like that, the Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha, like even the Naruto Rasengan, that hits, right? It's like an A or S. But
Yeah, yeah.
now watching it, like, Hunter x Hunter, one of my favorites, like when he does a signature, it's cool the first time, but then he gets like, oh, he's doing it again. You know what I mean? But when the first
Yeah,
time it shows, it's like, oh my, like first Spirit Bomb.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was gonna say. It hits really hard when it's epic, OP the first time, but also the problem, like I feel like the Dragon Ball one is still good. Like, Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha, like iconic and stuff like that. And they use it pretty frequent. But then when you get into like let's say like One Piece, like Luffy has so many Gomu Gomu attacks. Uh there's just so much, and then
and
it
then
it
he stops
almost
using
you
some of
almost
them too.
feel. Yeah, exactly. Like once they use it, you don't see it as often. You only see like maybe the original one, like the Gomu Gomu pistol.
Or like
But instead his is like a Gear 5 kind of
or
thing.
like Red Hawk,
I'm
he
not a big.
changes it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a big fan. There are some iconic ones. I definitely wouldn't say trash. Like C might be pretty harsh, but
I would say B
I
or
don't think it's an
C.
A.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like again, when those first, like when you first see it coming out, when you first see Gear 2 Luffy, those are S or A's,
yeah.
right? But what I hate about it, and this is the last thing I'll say about this, is like when you first see the signature attack and it's so OP, couple arcs later,
Hmm.
they're doing it and the opponent obviously stronger, but like it's not phasing them. like the one
Yeah,
Kamehameha
yeah,
is not. I
exactly.
I hate that because in your mind
It
it's
kind of
like,
goes hand.
ah,
Yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand with like the whole power creep issue.
yeah.
So
It's hard. It's a hard
I say
issue
B
though.
or C.
I
Mhm.
would say B if you're cool with that. Well, again, we can
Yeah,
adjust
no,
to.
I'm totally cool with B too because
What's
there are some
strange?
really cool ones.
What's strange is
So
I these two kind of like hand in hand for me. You know what I mean? That's why I was more so inclined to B. But
yeah,
nothing beats
I
that
mean you
first.
might. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, on to the
Oh,
next one. Boggs, before we even start beach episodes, or if you say anything lower than an A, my man. Sheesh.
I'm not. Uh,
Hit me with that
I
butt, huh?
can't give it an. I can't give it an S personally because I'm more a fan of pool or onsen episodes.
Mm,
Beach is great. I'm more of a onsen guy when there's like a OVA where they go to like the Gashku, like they go on an
that's
overnight
yeah,
school
like
trip or something.
sports mostly, right? Like Gashku,
Yeah,
and they always end up at a beach or like, um, Ippo, one we both watched, right? They had that Gashku, but it's always playtime at the beach, right? That change, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm more personally a fan of like the bathhouse, so
Mm.
I'm more inclined to put it at A, but I'm okay if you put it at S.
I would say A. I would say A. I just didn't want it to be a B
Yeah,
for sure. I think it's levels above any of the ones on screen right now. Maybe S later on, just seeing how we are, but A right
yeah.
now is solid. And then
And real quick before people might get upset with that placement, I'll just add and mention that like when it's like a beach episode or bathhouse episode, like you know what they're about to give you, like it just comes with the episode. So uh when it's like one of those beach episodes, like you're about to get some fan service, and you kind of like shut your brain off and just kind of enjoy it. So I'm a fan of those kind of more relaxing episodes every now and then. So I
and
think
then
A tier is solid for it.
you do get sometimes both of those too, especially for like the ones I watch sports wise. It's always Gushku beach, and there's always an onsen scene during that episode because they go to the beach first. At least for like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Kuroko no Basket, like a anime, sorry, sports anime and things like that as well. But yeah,
yeah. It's just a fun episode.
absolutely. Really, my first introduction to slice of life without knowing it. You know what I mean? Because it's always like
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
maybe not, maybe consider
Not.
not
It
spoiler. What is
doesn't
it?
have something like the big part. Like it's not super canon.
Yeah, it's
Like you could skip it if you want.
yeah. What is it? Filler. It's maybe considered a
Yeah,
filler to some people, but yeah.
yeah, more or less. Yeah.
This one's
What's
Cat
next?
Girls
Cat girls?
Monster. girls, etc. So I'm guessing like demon,
Okay.
monster, everything like
Okay.
that. Dragons.
Um,
I think of one in particular.
I'm a fan. Not gonna lie. Um,
The character designs always do hit a bit harder.
yeah. Yeah. No, I'm a big fan, especially when it comes to like the isekai stuff. I think especially in like isekai where they have to sometimes blend like monsters with kind of like the waifu designs. I'm usually like a fan of that. Um, I'm not sure if Cat Girl is my complete favorite, but I think just Monster Girls in general are super solid. I'd put it at I don't think it's deserving of S, but I think A or B.
Do you include cosplays? Because then it'd be an S.
Yeah, I include cosplay, but
Oh,
loosely.
okay. Then I was in between A or B because I do like the character design. I don't get that much in the ones I watch, but if you include cosplay as cat girls slash demons, then I would definitely say A for sure. For right now, but
Okay, okay. I'm cool with that. I was thinking somewhere around A. So
so yep. Next one. Hate this one. Explaining powers mid battle.
I I don't know, man. Sometimes I am a fan. Like I definitely know the bad parts of it, but just to give like a quick example, like sometimes with maybe like sport, it's much more, I guess, not less required maybe in like battle shonen, but with like sports or like when you're diving into genres where you're not too knowledgeable of, sometimes it's kind of needed. Maybe it's not explaining the powers, but like say the thought process or why what they did was next level kind of thing. Sometimes I feel like it's necessary and kind of enhances the OP-ness. But there are definitely like some terrible ones. So, to your point, I don't think in good conscience I could put it at S. Like A might be tough too.
For me, I was B or C because I get what you're saying. It is necessary at points, but like some of the I remember like some Dragon Ball Z episodes too. Like it was like they wouldn't fight because they're too busy explaining what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah, no. They're the
Maybe
the
it's just a
bads are
bad
pretty
taste.
bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe C or B. Yeah, I'm
Um.
okay with I really.
Should we make it our first C or B?
Let's put it okay. Let's put it at C for now and readjust
Gotcha.
because I mean
Gotcha.
the good times it is good, but it's not like crazy good either. So
Dun
fan
dun
service.
dun.
I
Just
mean
look at
personally,
it.
I'm a big
Just watch it.
fan
Just watch
service.
it. Just watch.
S
Enough
tier.
said. I'm
My
at S
my
or A. I'm at S or A.
Yeah. Let's go with A because there are sometimes like
We'll go
as a
high A.
person who does appreciate fan service, there are times where it's just like why like sometimes it kind of like takes you out.
You're saying
For
like
me,
unnecessary fan service, right?
yeah, yeah. Like it's different when you're watching a show that's kind of more directed towards that kind of like ecchi slash maybe like harem shows, stuff like that. Like you enter the show, you know what you're getting, but sometimes there's like a more I
It's a
guess
bonus.
quote unquote serious shows, and they slip it in, and when it's done in good taste, it's nice, but sometimes it's overt. I mean, a good example would be like Fire Force. um, but yeah, fan service definitely can miss at times, but I'm
You
still a big
saying
fan. So
you saying Fire Force is a bad example, right? Or
yeah, yeah, yeah. Fire Force is a pretty bad
a
example.
fantastic example of a good one is My Dress Up Darling, my man.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Woo!
my dress up darling's good because, like I said, like you kind of know what you're getting into watching it, and that kind of is maybe like the plus side of watching that show too. On
Yeah.
top of like the good romance and all that. But yeah,
Next one is filler episodes, and at least for me, Boggs, I'm like, because obviously fillers should be trash, right? But for me, like, I think I told you this before I started watching like slice of life, even the romance animes. Like they used to be like my like beach episode and things like that. They used to be my favorite about like the shonen and sports one because it gives you like a different, it's much easier to watch and it just seems like they're having fun too. So for me,
yeah.
like obviously it's like first instinct is like trash, but I would at least give it a C just because that. But how you feeling? Because some of the
No,
fillers are cool,
I
like One
agree.
Piece too. Some of the One Piece ones,
Yeah.
but
Like broad definition filler wise, I think trash, but like you said, there like sometimes filler does give you like a different, more perspective, like a
mm-hmm.
more relaxing side where you could just kind of sit back, enjoy. Kind of like when we were mentioning, like the beach episodes and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But some fillers are absolutely terrible. Like, but no, trash might be a bit harsh.
It's like borderline though. I
There
think
yeah, I think it is borderline, but some filler episodes are nice.
that's why I think C right now is good, but like it's
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
strictly because of some of those episodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh, the One Piece. No, it's Power of Friendship.
God, they opened the One Piece. And it's just a...
It's a message. How was the journey? That's why they're laughing. Oh
what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
man, I love it. No. For me, it's a teeter between B and a C. I think it's an overused uh cliche trope or trait. It's,
Yeah, but I feel like C might be harsh because there
I
are
guess
so many like
if you do include
I feel like it's a wording of power of friendship that makes it sound a bit corny,
the quality of
but
friendship.
there are definitely moments where I guess the power of friendship is like it hits hard. I feel like C might be a bit harsh for my view, but if you want to put it at C, I think that's okay. But I
I'll put
feel
it at
like
B. I'm
B might
comfortable.
be a bit more
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
B or C. So if you're comfortable with B, I'm
yeah,
cool with it.
yeah,
Like
let's
you
do
said,
B.
like some of my favorites, like Hunter x Hunter. Gon is like friendship over everything. Trust and friendship over
Yeah,
everything. So
yeah.
I know where the peaks are.
Kind of like One Piece, like the crew kind of
Like
like
Luffy,
just so tight knit. Yeah, it's like
he
it
is
involves a
friendship.
lot of trust and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I think B's good.
Besides Usopp, but we'll get into that some other time.
We might need to get some more up in A and S because we look like um
Oh my
two horny
gosh.
guys. Fan service beach episodes and cat
I
girls.
don't I don't know.
Okay, what does this one say? I can't read the
Genre
rest. Genre.
genre deconstruction, I believe, or reconstruction.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean like Madoka Magica where it looks like that, Odd Taxi where it looks like that, but it's something else? Is that what it's referring to?
I'd say more of Madoka Magica where like it's it's not don't judge a book by its cover kind of thing, but it almost like I guess redefines the genre. Uh, like you enter it like Madoka Magica, you
Main
enter it
Abyss.
expecting like a cute, yeah, yeah, like you kind of expect like a cute, exploration or Maho Shoujo show, and they kind of break it up into something maybe like new. That's at least my interpretation of it. I
That's
mean, I think
yeah.
this is S tier.
Well,
As for A,
for me, I think Odd Taxi's like that. I was expecting it to be like a Uber show, and I was blown away. I was blown away with the mystery, the romance.
yeah, I guess in regards to like a mystery series, it was definitely different from your standard kind of detective type mystery series. So I mean, I'd say Taxi does
Yeah, I'm trying to.
fit in this category too.
It's like a different way. Like I don't know how to describe it.
Like they redefine the genre almost. I feel like
Like
that's
it's like an
maybe
abstract way of looking at the genre, right?
yeah. I feel like a lot of times it could be abstract, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It
I'm trying to
just
think of like a good
um
example besides those three that we always mentioned, but
like my idea of it is like if you have like a Venn diagram kind of where it's like slice of life, Maho Shoujo, detective shown and stuff like that. Like it makes the bubble bigger. Like it dives into maybe some uncharted territory.
mm,
So I mean,
Call the Night,
regardless of it being
vampire, but it's different. Like kind of like that, right? It's a different
maybe
take on romance, almost like that. That's
yeah,
what
different take maybe is a good way to put it.
I'll do it with S because maybe
Yeah,
not that many shows, but when it is, it hits. But
yeah,
we only
and
spoke about bangers.
And got even if it's not, the greatest, like you got to respect the effort.
Yeah.
So I think that's our first F is
First S.
solid.
First S it is.
Clap, clap, clap.
Next one, dude, I need to be taken out because I'm gonna say S, but I've only watched the goat of it, Quince. So
Yeah, I've seen
I
some
guess,
pretty bad
I guess
harem series
is
too.
Rent a Girlfriend? Would you count that? I don't know if it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I guess it's S. I'd like Rent a Girlfriend. I know some people might hate Boggs, but
It's trash that I like, but
so this is on you
um,
because literally if you're not including this season, I think I've really it's only Quince to Rent a Girlfriend, dude, and those are I truly like. I can't think of any other ones.
I
So
mean, this is my bias take too. I've seen a lot of trash harem shows, but at the end of the day, even if it's trash, I mean, I keep saying this, but like when you're watching harem shows, you jump into it knowing what you're getting into. So, I mean, I want to put it at A or B. Uh, but the bad harems are pretty bad. It all depends on execution for me, but I'm actually quite the fan of the genre. So I mean, personally, I'd like to put it at like A.
like I'm cool with that. Like I said, I would have put it at S. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've only seen the goats though, or
fair enough, fair enough.
one
Let's
goat
go with
and
it.
one spider. I guess you get the meme, you get the reference. Okay, okay.
Incest is Wincest.
Boggs, don't be biased because I know you said S earlier, but let's try to be non-biased here. Okay. What are you
it's
thinking?
not trash.
You
Like,
some of your favorite shows is this though, right?
not necessarily, but like, I wouldn't go as far as to say trash. Like, I mean, I do see the little sister character in there. Maybe it kind of connects to it. I'd put it at B or C. Let's put it at C.
That's all you, my friend.
Yeah,
That
I don't think it deserves to be in trash.
is this.
It's trash, but it's not bad trash.
I see. I see. Not another isekai. Is that mean like isekai? I'm guessing. Just
Yeah, just because there's so many. I mean,
yeah,
this one I would actually put at trash.
yeah. I mean the good ones are good though. Mushoku
Yeah, yeah.
Tensei. Um, that's about
No,
it.
I totally agree.
I
But
guess
that's
is
that's
is
that's that's
ReZero.
like yeah. But those are the not another isekai. They are the isekais, all the good ones.
Oh, okay,
But then
gotcha.
you get some random stuff like
Bendy Machine.
that time I was like vending machine or I was reincarnated as insert any
Smartphone.
object or
There's so
yeah.
many. As a sword.
Yeah.
Did you see that one? That was hilarious.
What?
I was
Which one?
reincarnated as a sword.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'd say trash.
Little sister, little sis characters.
I mean, the Moto character personally for me is not my favorite
Is it referring to
archetype.
like that trait or like because like I like some of the sisters in anime though, you know what I mean, like Kaguya
Yeah,
Sama's
I think
like
I think K does. Yeah, K is like the little sister role.
I like her
Yeah,
as a
pretty much.
character, but
Yeah, they're good. It's not my favorite, but I don't think I think B is a solid place for it. It's not the best.
some
It's
are
not
good,
the
some are
worst.
bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
because a lot of times they can get kind of too clingy and annoying at times. So yeah, I think B or C.
the
The
hundred
thousand
year
year old
old or
Wally.
1,000-year-old, sorry.
Um, yeah, for me this is an S.
Is that just mean old lollies or just lollies?
Just like where it's like visually they're like lolly characters, but
Okay.
lore wise they're yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan just because I think it's kind of funny, and a lot of the characters I do like are older lollies. So it is what it is. S tier, maybe A, maybe A. Yeah, let's. S might be pushing it.
Put fan service in front though.
That's fine. That's fine.
Like in any good shonen, absent or dead parents.
Oh man.
Am I justifying it? Boggs, you can't start the story without it. How are you gonna start a shonen without it?
That is true.
Uh,
How do you feel about this one?
Overplayed. One word, overplayed.
Yeah,
I mean, you see,
I'm not a big fan of this.
speaking about the Instagram and YouTube memes, it's always like a joke where it's like your wife's about to give birth, and then it cuts to the scene. Is why are you
Yeah.
leaving? He'll know. Trying to make him OP.
Yeah.
I would put it C, man. I don't you
Yeah,
know,
let's put it at C.
I think it is important sometimes, like, but it is overplayed. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of
Ooh,
over, I'm not a
pervert.
fan of it,
I love it.
but
I love it in terms of comedy, dude. They're like the funniest characters.
it is. But
Like
I'm
GTO,
just
come on.
I don't know. GTO does it well, I think. But like even Kamisenin, most of the like a majority of the time, I'm not a big fan of like the pervert.
Shinchan,
Like,
Shinchan's
so
whole family.
Shin-chan does it well too. I agree,
I
but
like that. That's like if those are S's, but you're saying there's more B's, C's, trash. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm on the C trash end, but if you're on the
Really?
A B end, we can meet in the middle. Yeah,
I'll put a high C. I'll put a high C.
okay, that's fine. That's fair.
Because you are right. I do not like Kamiseni or whatever. I never thought he was funny, but
Yeah, yeah,
the ones that it's hard to even think. Even like the grape juice from My Hero Academia, my favorite character. He's kind of
mhm,
like kind of pervy, or even some of like the Haikyuu players. Like when there's a girl around, they get geeked up.
yeah. Like there
Or
are some times where it's funny, but
Boggs.
most of the time it's just like, dude, like good example, like Rent a Girlfriend. That guy sucks.
The glasses.
So
Oh no, no.
The glasses guy sucks, but the main character he is kind of like a pervert, and
If
that
if
guy sucks.
if I name this character Boggs, you're gonna want to bump up the S. But it's the guy from Takagi, the glasses guy with the chubby guy.
Yeah, yeah. Even like the guy from Dangers in My
Yeah,
Heart,
yeah,
like it's kind of like a
the one that
simple
thinks everything's
thing.
about him, right?
Yeah. So there are sometimes where it's
Yeah.
not bad, but
Next one, power ups. Yeah, I'm guessing it's referring to like like time skip power ups, or like are they talking about like powering up? I have no idea.
I'm my interpretation's more like Super Saiyan type power up or like gear for,
Uh I
or
mean,
maybe you might be right. Maybe it is just like them, like especially with shonen series where after like a battle they learn a new skill or something new and they kind of step up a level maybe.
I'm okay with that. If you're including this, I don't know if it's talking about this, but like I hate it when shonen or any manga, anime does like, say Luffy obviously is getting stronger as the story progresses, right? That's natural. I like that, right? I don't like it when they're like, okay, Luffy, now go fight Crocodile. You're gonna one piece him now, right? I hate when they do that,
Yeah,
dude. Because at that
yeah,
time,
no, I
Crocodile
get it.
was the absolute
There's
dog.
there's no way, yeah, yeah.
If it's talking about
Again,
that, and even that power
it
up, it's
yeah, it kind of ties into what we were talking earlier about I forget which one.
perverts.
Explaining no, it was
Explaining
it
power systems in battle,
yeah,
maybe.
like with the power creeps. Yeah, yeah. It's just kind of, it is sometimes like it is necessary like shonen and stuff like that. I think it's done well a lot of times. A lot of times kind of crap, so I think maybe
Yeah,
B or
and then
C.
yeah, yeah, I go B. But like, I don't like it. Also, this might be a rant, might go off topic, but I don't like it because like if you're doing the math, how did Luffy beat Crocodile when he didn't know hockey? I hate that too.
Yeah,
Like, don't think
yeah,
about it like
exactly.
that.
It's just the
But
water, man. It's just the
yeah,
water.
how did he beat him without hockey? He didn't. I hate people to say that too.
Dude,
Like,
Yeah,
Joy,
yeah.
joy. Ah, in fact, screw this list. Student council. Ooh,
the the top of the global world hierarchy. That's how student councils are.
the
It's
world
like
government.
so many animes. It's just like, oh, you're the president of the student council. Like you're more powerful than like the prime minister or
Are you
president of your
are you
country
talking about
kind of thing.
Kakegurui? They're
Yeah, like
so
Kakegurui, it's
OP.
just like, dude, like what is going on? Like
But if it's
the
done
student
well, it's
council
done
members just
well,
have
dude.
way too much power. Yeah, with that being said, I don't hate it, but sometimes it's kind of like,
I guess
dude, like
when it's
being a student
romance,
council
right?
member does not give you that much power.
When it's like
Pretty much
romance
any like,
animes, it's I like student councils. Like even K on the Slice of Life, I like the student council. Like remember the glasses
yeah,
chick? She was so chill. She
yeah,
was like
yeah, yeah.
always trying to help
Like
out and
Kage,
stuff.
Kage
Yeah,
is like a great example of like the
yeah.
student council. Um,
But the
but
overpowerness is here, dude. The
yeah,
Kakegurui,
it's funny too at the same time. It's like,
Gorosei. Why do I think they're a student?
that's pretty much where they stand though,
Marine
Uh,
admirals.
but I mean, irrespective of it, I'm not a hater of the student council, especially with the genres I like tend to be within, like the school, and with school setting anime, you do get the student council. So I don't really hate it. I think B's solid,
I
at
was
least
about
for
to
me.
say I agree with
A,
B,
B, or
but it
C, I
also
don't
makes
care.
it look so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a
Almost
pretty
perfect.
pretty even chart so far.
Next up, I kind of want to save this for the end. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Next up, we have the generic protagonist, aka Takemichi.
Yeah.
Nah, he's more of a cryberry. If they're generic, dude, I don't like. I can't even. Maybe Rent a Girlfriend. He's more of a crybaby too. But if they're like that type, I hate him, and I just love the other characters more. So maybe you have to appreciate that type, dude.
I'd like generic. I'd say they have nothing really, like they just perfectly fit in the trope with nothing else to offer except for like they have no spice to them. I mean, for me, this is a trash. But it's like it's kind of baiting us to put it in there, like generic protagonists. Do people
They've
really like generic protagonists? Not really.
yeah, I can't.
I'm
Cause
trying to like think of
even the
examples of like
crybaby type is better than
but
generic, right?
yeah,
Because at
at least they
least
have something.
I can't even think of a
At,
generic
at
one.
least at least you feel something like like you have some emotion towards them. Like a lot of times, like you hate the characters, but arguably having a character you're indifferent to is worse.
Hmm.
So at least for me, it's just trash.
Next up is the iconic tournament arc.
I'll let you do this one.
I would definitely be A or B for me. It's always my favorite, even like in sports, slam dunk and stuff like that. It's always the highlight. It's always the main focus. So I would put it at A if you're cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
Like yeah, even I haven't watched that much Chi footage, but do they have a tournament? Right? Is like
Yeah, yeah, they do in its peak,
yeah,
but
it's
I'm
like
cool with it.
it's always like it's gonna be a solid one. I see one that's coming up that's not, so I'm gonna contrast it
Especially
with it.
especially with tournament arcs, you get to, especially when you know like the opponents that you've seen throughout the series. It's just
Yeah,
kind of like really exciting.
like
So yeah, I'm
you
cool
kind
with
of
it.
see how they do in the tournament too, like how they
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Or it's
Like how far?
I know earlier I talked about like I didn't if I used the example of One Piece, so I use it here again. Like if Luffy came back and one punched Crocodile, I would hate that. But in tournament arcs, you see that sometimes where say it's a super tough opponent that you beat, but then you see them get beat by somebody else, so that's how you know that
Yeah.
the other person's OP. Like you know what I mean? I like that. Like that's cool. You know
And
what I mean? But
it's always nice to have in your mind of like it makes it almost clear of the power levels. It doesn't
yeah.
make it absolute, but like say uh you're getting into semifinals and all four are very solid picks. It's like you really like who's gonna win kind of thing. So
And
yeah,
that's the
I'm
perfect
rocking with it.
chance to introduce like OP characters that have cool character designs, and you
Yeah.
just know they just crush that one team or one person. You know they're gonna be a problem. You know.
Yeah, like they get put on the radar, right?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I gotta watch out for this. Yeah.
definitely A in my opinion. But yep, next one is the Fang.
Um, I like it. I don't hate it.
Oh,
I
you gotta
don't love
explain it
it
first,
either.
man. You gotta explain it first, man.
Uh, the fang is like when they have that little tooth on the side of their mouth, like that triangle. When they like open their mouth, they have like
Oh,
that little triangular tooth.
yeah.
Uh,
It's always
I
like
think it's
that more Nagatoro-san like character, right? To have it.
yeah, yeah. It's usually more towards the moe characters. I think it fits for most characters.
It's cute too. It's a
I
cute
think
add-on.
yeah, yeah. So I think A or B is fine with that.
I'm
It's
I'm
not
cool
the
with A.
greatest thing.
I like it.
Okay,
It adds the character design, maybe that
oh,
extra
that's cool.
bump, you know.
Hmm.
Any A's that you might want to move up to S, maybe fan service. Are we going back to that or anything like that?
Mm,
Harem, maybe.
let's uh
We can do this at the end too. We can do this at the end.
maybe I jumped the gun. Let's put 1,000 Year Lolly at B. I wouldn't say it's incredible stuff, but it's
Mm-mm.
good stuff. So let's put it
Gotcha.
at B.
Next is just high school. This
I'm
can
a
be in
fan of
all anime, right? Sports,
yeah.
romance, comedy. I think it's the per. I don't like it when it's middle school and stuff like that. But
Yeah, unless it fits. Like a lot of animes I do watch are, you know, set in high school. So I'm personally a fan of it.
yeah,
Um, so I mean, I'd put it at like a strong A.
yeah. I can't put it on S because it's just high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like any of these, but it's nice. I don't know why. It's almost like a generic protagonist. The way that's
yeah.
labeled high school.
Like
It's a
sure,
setting.
high
You know.
school. Yeah, it's like very cliche, but it's cliche for a reason, and I think a
Yeah.
lot of shows do good with the high school setting. But then again, a lot of shows do terrible with it. So I mean, I think A or B is fine. We'll have it at A for now.
Next
What's
is
this one say?
inner monologue. For me, if it's done right, it could be a or S. But sometimes I don't want to hear
I
Usopp's
disagree.
thoughts. You know,
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the higher side because like
like when you
inner
get
monologues in romance animes are good.
like when Kaguya's talking to herself, like what should I do and stuff like
Yeah,
that. I didn't even think of that.
yeah,
Yeah, like because I
yeah.
was
So
thinking
like
that
romance animes, it's good.
immediately. I was like L or light. You know,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
I'm thinking those type because it's like monologue, inner monologue, and then I'm cool with SRA actually. Now that you mentioned like that too, even like
I'm
I I don't know why Rent a Girlfriend's on my mind, but even him, Crybaby, he thinks to himself, I gotta do this for her. It's gotta
yeah,
happen.
yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly. Like it carries a show like that. I mean, personally, I'm a big fan of it. I'm cool with S or A.
Let's do it, S. Make it our second S.
All right, I'm cool with that. Clap, clap, clap.
Yo,
Nosebleed for
have you
me.
have you ever watched Jimmy Neutron?
I have.
Do you know the clap 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 guy? That's what you sounded like, dude.
Oh, did I?
Adobe or what is his
I,
name?
I didn't know how to react to it, so I just said clap, clap, clap. I
Oh,
did it earlier, so I just got to it again.
uh, but yeah.
What's up, nosebleeds? I
I
hate this
I'm
song.
not a fan, dude. I think
Yeah,
sometimes when
it's
it's
like a
like
but
like
worse.
it's like an etchy scene or something like that, and the guy gets nosebleed. It's so corny.
It
Like
just yeah, it's corny. It's like
Sanji, come on, man.
yeah, no, this is a trash for me.
The worst was when he went to the mermaid. He was losing too much blood, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's like usually when they get a nosebleed, they're fine the next scene, but like this one, he was actually down bad. That was actually kind of funny.
Uh, overpowered MCs. Man, I got mixed feelings for this because I think it does get boring the more longer you get, but
Yeah.
because I like to see a protagonist like not be a super weakling, but like steadily go up in strength. Like
Like
he'll lose.
competition, right? But sometimes it is good though. Like Eminence of the Shadow, you know, he's just absolutely cracked.
One
but
Punch Man.
you do want to see some adversity, especially when it comes to kind of like battle type stuff. I'd put it at B or C.
Yeah, I'm cool, B.
Yeah, let's do B because it could be pretty entertaining.
Running with toast in the mouth. It's good, but it's not at the same time.
Yeah, I like it, but it doesn't really add much. It's just
I'll
like
say
a big
C.
trope.
Definitely not
Okay, yeah,
trash. If you're cool with
yeah, it's
that.
not. No, I'm cool with it. I personally like it, but it doesn't. It's just like for a scene, like nothing really happens from it. So yeah, C's
Yeah.
fine.
Hero and villain team up.
Ooh,
When it is pretty OP when you do see like a team up.
yeah,
Ivankov,
I
Crocodile,
agree.
One Piece again, but
Katakuri, Luffy, maybe. Who
huh?
knows? But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think A or B is fine with it.
Yeah, I think more so
Usually,
B
it's
because
like
sometimes
something.
they're
Yeah, I
rare
don't think
though.
it's.
You know.
Yeah, it is pretty rare. And, I mean, usually it's because they're fighting like a bigger opponent. Like they put their differences aside for a bigger cause, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, let's go with B.
Alrighty, next one is time skips. I think it's necessary, right? Sometimes you can't see that. You need to see them grow up, right?
Yeah, and a lot of times with time skips, you get to see how much they grew all of a sudden. So like, there's at least for like Battle Shonen, there's like a big power up, which is always fun to watch. Uh, I'm personally a fan of time skips. I don't really know where exactly I'd place it. I think
I would put a B, a solid B, maybe a A. You could convince me for an A, but
I was thinking the same thing, but I don't have enough to convince you to put it to A. So I think that means it should be a B.
yes, sir. Next one is training arcs. I like tournament arcs more. Training arcs, for me, but sometimes they're epic, like what they're doing during time skips. I guess is one example for One Piece, but again, yeah,
Yeah, like the good thing about training arcs is seeing the result after the training arcs and maybe getting a kind of more deep dive into how much effort they're putting into their training. But yeah, uh I'd put tournament arc over it like you said, so maybe B, maybe C, but I think B is a bit more fair pick.
oh,
It
that's
can
fair.
get boring though, but yeah.
Transformation sequence.
I'm a big fan of transformation sequences.
Yeah, it's cool.
Personally, I'd put this at solid A,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe a high B, but
Looking at all of B's, A is good.
yeah, it's just really cool to watch.
Last but not least, the dead A's. For me, just because you have so many S, maybe I do like all the types. Um,
Yeah, I'm thinking A or S, so because like
if we
you
have
know,
harems at
uh,
A, maybe S, the Darius, right? Because he usually tackles it. That's my thought process, but I'm cool with either one for me.
yeah, I'm cool with S, especially when you get into like the gray area, like in between, and you know, uh, as much as kind of textbook it is, you know, I'm really a fan of like a lot of kind of like those character archetypes, and it's always fun to watch. And kind of you mentioned harem series. I'm guessing because harem series usually has like a group, like each girl's maybe like a different dere, a different shade of it at least. So I think that's what makes harems fun. And deres aren't necessarily confined to like romance or harem animes, and I think they do add like like a lot of flavor into characters. So I think on the complete opposite side of generic protagonist is fair. Obviously, like what you want with these characters is have like a bit more than just that, but I'm definitely glad that they exist, and I think it's like a solid A or S. I'm
Yes,
leaning more
sir.
towards S. So
Yes, sir. I'm happy with this list. I had fun making the list. Hopefully you did too, Boggs. Because this is actually a nice one.
yeah,
Nice short one, and it seems like we agreed on the most part too. especially with
Yeah,
the.
I don't think we don't disagree too much.
I was trying to do, but fuck, I can't even do it.
Yeah, no,
The
let's not do
corniness.
that. Yeah. And
Oh,
by the looks of it, we have like a solid bell curve here. It's pretty balanced out. But
ara.
yeah,
There it is.
sound clipping for the next episode maybe.
But yeah,
But yeah, no, that was a fun one. I'd definitely like to do like a different, maybe even if it's not a tier list, just us kind of talking about maybe tropes.
yeah,
Because there's
absolutely.
just so many, right? Like these are kind of like the bare bones one, but you could kind of get into more specific ones that maybe we could do in the future. But yeah, I had a fun time with this one.
Yes, sir. Without further ado, make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know what your favorite trope is, right, Boggs?
Yeah.
And then,
Uh,
other than that,
I guess we have our S tier. So yeah,
yes,
thanks for
sir.
tuning in. Boom, amazing dance, and thank you for having me.
Yep.
And see you next time.
Stay frosty.